is up there, everybody? Citrus Aviation here with yet another video, and today we have a very interesting video that I've been wanting to do for a while, but I hadn't gotten around to it until I recently was having a discussion with somebody, and I thought now's the time to talk about this. And this is how rare are axle models. And there is popular misconceptions out there that people's models are rare. It's fact, guys. A rare model has to be rare, as in not many people have it, and if everybody's model is rare, ultimately nobody's is. So we gotta get to talking about this, and this is gonna be based in the model aircraft collecting community. There are other ways of doing it in different types of communities, but this is for model aircraft, and I'm gonna show you how I have it here. I have a table up here in InDesign. I'm just gonna show you how I do this. So we have 4 different categories where we select the categories how rare the model is, and then we have 4 different qualifications that must have. So I'm just going to go over these, and we're going to talk about them in today's video. So first off, the categories are common, uncommon, rare, and then ultra rare. If you're familiar with like trading cards and like games like Magic the Gathering, you will be familiar with these kind of categories. I think with Magic the Gathering is also epic and legendary, but we're just going to make this simple for the purpose of this video. And then the 4 qualities that determine a rare model, in my opinion, are availability, run size, desirability, and value. So these are the categories I have. If there are any other categories you guys think that I should add, and maybe I could do a follow-up video to this, just comment below and we'll see what we can do. But yeah, these are the categories that I have here, and then we'll come for total value here. So we'll just put up some models in, and we'll talk about it. So we're going to start with a recent release. I have some pictures here in downloads. We'll just start with the Spirit A321 from the recent Gemini Jets release. So first off, we're going to talk about availability. So this model is currently still available for most retailers. So in that case, this model fits in the common category. We just resize that wheel. There we go. Alright, so this model is a fairly common model as far as availability. It's available from pretty much everywhere, so that's a fairly common model. Run size. This is really important because the more models there were made, the more of them there will be out in the market. Obviously, that's, you know, should be fairly logical. Gemini Jets makes quite a few of them. Whenever they make releases, they make, I would say approximately, I think it's about 3,000 models per release. I don't know the exact number, but it's quite a few. So I'm gonna put that in the common category, as 3,000 is quite a bit. Most companies don't publish their numbers, so you kind of have to guess what they are. Gemini Jets I know makes the most, so it's probably about 3,000. NG models make somewhere more like 1,000 per release, and then every re-release is more like 200 to 500 pieces. Usually for in-flight it's less than 1,000 per release, and they do publish those numbers, so you can go check them out whenever you want to. But yeah, this is still a fairly common model. Next up, we have the desirability category. People have been wanting a Spirit A321 for quite a while, although NG did also release this as well. So we're going to put this in the uncommon section, as a lot of people want it, and there isn't too much in the way of competition for it, so we'll put that there. And then finally, value. Well, because this model is a new release, still available in most retailers, we're going to put this in the common value, because it's still fairly common, easy to find. So, with all that being said, this could be easily said to be a common model, so we'll put that here in the total. In the common category, as I'm sure you guys will agree, it's a fairly common model, at least for now. So, put that there. Let's move on to another model, to another new Gemini Jets release. This one is the Florida one. Availability. This one is sold out at most retailers, although you can still find it on a few places like eBay and such. So we'll put this in the uncommon category. Run size, same as with the Spirit A321. This is a common model, so we'll just put that there. And then we have desirability. This one is quite desirable. A lot of people want this, and there's no alternative other than an L Classics model that was made like 5 years ago. So we'll put this in the rare category, as a lot of people really want this and there isn't really much of an alternative. And then finally, value. This one's fairly valuable already. Although considering the fact that it's fairly common still, you can still find it fairly easily. This one goes in the rare value. I mean, you can see this on eBay and such, but it is pretty cheap on eBay. Private party, haven't seen too many of these show up in private party sales or Instagram offers or things like that. So this model in total will finish in the uncommon category, and that is simply because of the value and the fact that it's getting to be a little bit hard to find, just a little bit. So that's an uncommon model right there. Oh, I think you guys totally get the idea of how that works. And then next up, we're gonna move on to another model, and this one is the Southwest 737-800 Canyon Blue Splits. So this model is on its second re-release at this point, and I got the second re-release. So that means there's been a decent number of these made, and you can still find them for some retailers. So as a result, it goes into the uncommon. Alright, we're back now, and we found a picture that does actually work. I know the other file wasn't working or something. So here we are. We got the Southwest 738 from NG. So I'm going to put this in the uncommon category, as this aircraft is going to be harder to find, but not like really super hard. And it's still available from plenty of retail, so we'll put it in there. Next up, we have the run size. So this was a smaller run size, so we'll put this in the uncommon section. Desirability. There's never been one of these made before. A lot of people want Southwest CB splits. That's an easy 10 out of 10 desirability. A lot of people want this. The Heart one would also be in here if that model was around. That model's also a little bit harder to find and an older release, so there's that as well. Value. These are worth a good bit, so they go in here in the rare section. NG models do tend to go up in value pretty quickly, and this one is no exception. So this one finishes in the rare category, in just the regular rare category, not like super rare or anything like that. In fact, this one's really borderline, to be honest, with rare and uncommon. So actually, I'm actually going to change my pick here, just simply because this one is still available from a lot of places, and you can get it pretty easily. So we're gonna put this one right here in the uncommon. So that'll be where it is for now. So next up, we have a model that I have, and I'm really happy about this one. This is the KLM MD-11 Gemini Jets 2014 release PH-KCB. So this one is not available from pretty much anywhere, and you can occasionally see on eBay for like 250 bucks. And when I got it, I think it was a couple weeks after it was in stock. It was the last one on Amazon at the time, and no other dealers had it at the time that I know of. So I was able to get it. Since then, I've been offered quite a bit of money for this model by several people. This model shows up on eBay maybe once a year, and it goes for and asks for ridiculous amounts of money. So this one's ultra rare in the availability. Now, run size. Not the smallest run size, but this was a Gemini Jets special edition. They occasionally do a special edition. This one had a special box and such, and they did do a limited quantity run of this. So this is a rare release. Desirability. If you are a KLM collector, this is probably one of your number one models that you want to get. I know a lot of people who basically put this as their number one to get for KLM collectors. And again, I've been offered a good bit amount of money for this model. So yeah, that one goes in the very high desirability. And then finally, we have the value. As I said, 250 bucks is a lot, so it's a very valuable model. So this one will go in the ultra rare category. So hopefully you guys can see how that works. Let me just make the Southwest picture a bit bigger so you can have an idea how it works. And then I'll go to a very controversial pick for one of these. So you can see how this works. Spirit, still fairly common model. Southwest, kind of uncommon. A rare model that I would put in here, what I would consider a rare model, would be this one right here. The ANA 787-9. See if I can get the image to load up here. There we go. So the ANA 77-9, the Star Wars livery, this is going to be a limited edition run from NG Models. And they're not exactly being public about it because technically they don't have a license for this model. It is going to be a limited edition. There are not too many places that are selling it. Some retailers are not selling it. It's going to sell out fast. It's going to be a hard model to get. So that one goes in the rare category. So you can kind of get an idea of how this works. And now we're going to go to the reason why I actually made this video today. Because I was talking to someone and they think that the American Eagle E170 is a rare model. So let's actually just go through and discuss it together. So availability. This model is not exactly available from any retailers, and it hasn't been for a while, probably about a year or so. And it doesn't sell up too often on eBay. However, I must say you can find this on Instagram sellers and private parties. There are plenty available for sale and you get some good deals there. So I will put this in the rare category as far as availability. It's not very difficult to find, but it's definitely getting on the difficult side. So that being said, we're going to move on to run size. And this was a Gemini Jets model of the, I believe, 2018 release at some point. Meaning that the run size is pretty large. They made quite a few of these, so it shouldn't be too hard to find one. And this was only a couple years ago, so it should be pretty easy. Desirability. This is one of the most desirable models if you are a US regional collector. So let's just put that puppy right down here. Very desirable. A lot of people want this model. Goes right there. Value. Now the value is kind of hard to tell on this model because it's an eBay private party used model. I've seen prices for this model vary hugely, drastically. I've seen you can get this model for 35 to 40 bucks if you know where to find. If you're lazy and you just buy the first listing you see on eBay, you're going to pay about 60 to 80 bucks. Don't do that. Shop around, you'll get a good value. So I would say value this one because you can still get this fairly commonly for 45 bucks or less. This goes in the uncommon value. So as you can see, this model is kind of all over the place, and I do understand why some people like to say it's a rare model. But if we're just going by the facts and we take a look at it, lots of people still have this model. Although the one thing is, because this is needing a lot of people's airports, a lot of people aren't willing to give this up. So that's to be considered as well. I would put this in the uncommon category. I know that's not going to be a popular pick. However, I do believe that is what the model is actually worth. It's more of an uncommon model. It's not a rare model. I'm sorry, guys. For all those of you who are trying to tell me it's a rare model, no, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. So, that is my opinion there. I really like to know what you guys think. I would really like to do a part 2 of this episode, so we can talk about more models. You give me maybe a list of, like, say 10 models, and we'll do another rare or unrare model episode, and then we'll talk about them, and then I'll come up with a rating. So this is what I have for the American Eagle E145. I consider it an uncommon model, not a rare one, because keep in mind, if this model's rare, it has to be hard to find, limited edition, lots of people want it, very expensive. The American Eagle E170 just isn't quite there yet. With Gemini Jets models, you usually have to wait 5+ years. I'd say maybe about 5 years, and then maybe some more, for a model to actually become rare, because Gemini Jets just makes so many. So that is my reasoning there. And I know the people who I was talking to earlier about this will be watching this video. So obviously feel free to leave a comment below. But this is an uncommon model, not exactly a rare model. Please guys, just stop saying that your Delta 739 split is rare. No, it's not. You have to consider it. Only so many models can be rare, because otherwise everybody's model is rare and then it's not special, okay? Ultra rare models, also be careful about that. Not very many people have very many ultra rare models. In fact, not many people have ultra rare models. I only have a few, okay? I've been collecting for a long time. I know how to get rare, valuable models. I only have a couple ultra rare models, and my KLM MD11 is definitely one of them. So, that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, listening to my explanation and such. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless you. Goodbye.